Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do a review on Life After Lockup, Season 2, Episode 17, Risk and Regulations. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining the family. And to all of my nieces and nephews who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you very much. Y'all, if I had to rate this episode on Life or Love After Lockup, I would not rate this pretty high. I think I probably would give it a C minus, close to a daggone D, okay? I thought it was a filler episode. Although I enjoyed it, I thought it was a filler episode. I think they need to do better. They don't need to be dragging us out week after week, which is what I think that they did with this episode. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead on and get into it. This week we see, Clint and Tracey. She is still dwelling over the fact that she has not met Mother Alice. She is going from hither to thither and everywhere, telling everybody, number one, that she has been incarcerated almost all her life. And number two, she don't have any friends or family. And number three, that Mama Bear don't want to be bothered with her. I cannot understand that for the life of me, why they feel like they have to tell people that they've never met before in their lives, will probably never meet again in their lives, that they have been incarcerated forever and ever and ever and ever. But this is what they're doing. So basically, she goes to a furniture store because she's saying that she wants to pick up some items because, she's newly married and her man has a man cave. But she's asking the sales lady to be her friend. And she's like, I could be your friend for a day. And Tracey's like, no, I need you to be my friend forever. In the meantime, and in between time, on the other side of town, Clint is at the butcher with his dad. His dad tells him, to go in there and get some of that brisket and, cut it up, that brisket, and cut that up. And so I'm watching Ken and I'm thinking about, how many times I've been to a butcher, you know what I'm saying. And I noticed that Ken ain't got no damn gloves on. And I'm saying, motherfucker, with your gloves and you handling meat. I mean, he just raw dogging the meat. So, he starts cutting the meat and everything, As we all know, last season, his ex-wife who owned the hotel fired him. So I don't know if Clint works on a permanent basis with his dad or if he was just working with his dad because he wanted a favor from him. So he told his dad that he wanted his mom to meet Tracey. And he was like, if anybody could get my mom to meet her, it would be my dad. Duh. And so, he's over there with the intention of getting, persuading his dad to persuade his mom. So Clint was like, basically, my dad doesn't like her either. He don't like her either, but this is what we need to do. And so, the dad was like, cut them briskets, cut that meat, do what you gotta do. Now we see Tracey, she leaves, she hops in an Uber, and she goes over to a bar. Now we all know that Tracey is on parole, okay? She said this is gonna be her first time being off of parole in 10 years. 10. But she up in the bar with cameramen. Now, one could say that this was, a setup because they were already in the bar when she came in there. But I'm like, I would not risk my parole for anybody, especially for a television show. If I'm not supposed to have drugs, alcohol, all that kind of stuff, then I'm not going to risk it all to go into a bar and fake like I'm having a tequila and Coke. So she comes, but she orders her tequila. She's telling the bartender again all of her business about, her arrest record and the mama and all that kind of stuff. And we see Clint come home on the other side of town, and he's like looking for Goddess and all of that, and he can't find Goddess. And so, he's thinking about all the, times she, fell back, and he was like, is she doing drugs or whatever? I can't be with her anymore. He's smoking a cigarette, not at night, but during the day. And he's devastated because he doesn't trust her. He just does not trust Goddess. And so Goddess comes home. I mean, Clint is before he gets home, he gets a telephone call from his dad. And his dad says, look, I talked to your mom, and she decided that she's going to meet her. So, Clint, with his made-up mind, because, once he gets something in his mind, he just keeps repeating it. He like, yeah, get a second chance. And Dad says, he said, Dad, how did you convince Mom to do it? And he was like, I told her that everybody deserves a chance. So Clint said, yeah, second chance. So he's happy and everything, but Goddess isn't there. We see Goddess come in later on and say, she went out, she started to, have a relapse. And she was saying that, her feelings are raw, because usually when she's faced with difficulties and just life period, that she would turn to drugs and meth, so she couldn't feel anything. And she's saying that right now, because she's not on drugs, she's feeling everything. And she's telling everything too. I'm going to tell you right now, this would not be the time to commit a crime with that ass, because she would go and run and tell everybody that y'all committed that crime. So, I mean, I just thought that this was just a piece of garbage, when she said she didn't have the tequila and the Coke. So I go in there and order it. Again, was this something that they set up for us to get hype about, and they thought that they were going to get us all hyped up about it? Like, I didn't get hyped up. So that particular scene, I would give it an F, for complete and total failure. Clint is talking to her, y'all. Clint is talking to her, and he's like, why didn't you call me and tell me you was going to be late? And she was like, because I can never do anything right. You're always reading the rules off to me, and yada, 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 yada. Like, I saw through the BS this time. And y'all know how y'all auntie is when she see through the BS. I ain't got time for that. The next couple I want to talk about is Marcelino and Brittany. We see Brittany, dressed up, and Marcelino all clean shaven and stuff. Marcelino was looking a little, okay. They're over at the mom's house. They're leaving to go and see a lawyer. So according to Brittany, when she was, in 2016, she went did all these crimes and everything. And she says that the baby daddy basically filed for full custody of the baby, but he had the documents served at a residence that she was no longer living at. And so as a result of that, she wasn't ever served, and she thus lost full custody of her son was given to to the baby daddy. And I'm saying, but if you were incarcerated for all the things that you say you were incarcerated for, that was very easy for him to take the baby. He did not have to send it to an address that you weren't living at. If that was the last known address that he had for you, then guess what? It didn't get returned to sender. Somebody signed for that mofo. But anyway, so she now wants to go and try to fight for some type of rights. She wants to look into her rights as a parent, a biological mom. Brittany reveals to us that she's already lost 2 children, to when she was young. She said she had 2 other children, and she lost them to adoption. And she said, so she's scared of, losing, little baby G. And Marcelino ain't hearing that. Marcelino is saying, I've been a daddy to him since Brittany been home. And I want us to fight for him. I want us to fight him, fight for custody. I want full custody of little baby G. I want everything. And I'm saying, Marcelino, back up, young. This ain't you. This isn't you. She basically told the lawyer that she did not want to cause confusion between him. She just really wants to have some type of right visitation, something. She said her worst nightmare is that he would come and take the little, little baby G away from her. And so, she's not looking for a battle the way Marcelino is. She says she's stuck in the middle of dealing with two aggressive, you know what I'm saying, hyperactive, manipulating type mofos. And I believe that she is. So anyway, she is trying to process through that, and she's talking to the lawyer. He asked her about her charges. She ran them joints down, you know what I'm saying? Armed robbery. Give me a... Oh, why am I yawning in the middle of the day? Armed robbery, possession of a stolen vehicle, burglary, like everything. Like she done did it all. So he was like, the child's father is going to use everything against you. He's going to use your past. And if you don't want to stand before a judge and have yourself judged, because that's what a judge does, then, you need to reconsider. He told her, what Marcelino had been telling her the whole time. The company that you keep may influence what happens, if you were to take this further. And so, she was like, I understand that, but, she still want to hang with her homegirls. Now, I understand that one of the girls went to jail for another 30 years or something. That's like jacked up. But anyway, so she has made a decision that she's going to try to work it out with him. She's going to meet with her, with, I think his name, Tito, whatever his name is. She's going to try to meet with him and resolve the issue. And if that issue if they can't resolve it between the two of them, then she is going to ask Marcelino to come in there, and then they're going to fight for the baby. I just say, Marcelino, for him to say that this guy isn't a good dad, I'm just sitting up there saying, well, how do you know? You only know what she said. She even told Marcelino when he was talking about outright taking the baby, she was like, well, what about the relationship with your mother? Would you have wanted somebody to do that? Even though you wanted a better situation, you wouldn't have wanted somebody to just snatch you out of your mother's arms. You know what I mean? So, it's a bunch of, anyway, like I said, filler. Next filler. Young. Come on, Lizzie. Lizzie is straight up still in prison. She has a prison mentality. She's sitting in the house with a big mixing bowl full of Cheetos and water. Bitch. What? You can go to the dollar store and get some Kraft cheese. A box of Kraft cheese to make some macaroni and cheese. This woman is still in prison. The daughter came up in there, walked all up on her stool and everything. I was like, the hell is the daughter walking on it? Just clean walked on the furniture. Y'all ain't noticed that. Just came in the house, was like, what's up, Mom? And next thing you know, she rising to the top and then she coming down again. I said, what is she stepping on? Anyway, the daughter comes into the house and, Lizzie is sitting there with some cheese curls. I don't know if they was the generic, the dollar store brand, if they was Lay's, Utz, what they was. And she's making cheese. And talking about Scott. So basically she tells the daughter, I went on a date with the guy. I really do believe that he was gay. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't a good fit for me. And I decided that, I think I really want to call Scott and go and see Scott. So the daughter head turned around 5 times and was like, Mom, if you go over there, I'm literally gonna fuck you up. Like, I'm not gonna deal with you. Scott is a piece of shh. He ain't about nothing. Scott is this, Scott is that. No, Scott was your mother's trick, young. If anybody isn't about anything, it's your mother. Scott was in love with a woman that he's never tasted, never felt, never rubbed, never did nothing with. And you talk about Scott is not worth... No, it's your mother. It's your mother. So, She's, you know how somebody will run past something past you, they want to see your reaction, but really they going to do what they going to do. Lizzie was running it past Jasmine to see how she was going to feel about it. But on the for real, we saw her going on her airlines, all right? She got up in that car that Scott brought for her and drove that ass to the airport. She told Jasmine while they were there in the apartment that there's still a chance for her and Scott, that she's been still thinking about Scott. She's been still wanting to be with him because the daughter criticized. Now she feel like she got to be on the sneak tip. But you know what, as a woman, as a grown woman and a mother to this child, all she had to do was simply tell her, I'm going out there to see Scott, whether you like it or not. And then, you know, the thing about it is Jasmine is complaining about all the stuff that Scott did for her mother, where she feels like, you know, he was helping her drug and, you know, habit. But he was buying her cheese curls so that she could make macaroni and cheese while she was in jail too. Like, he was doing all of that. So anyway, she promises her that she's not going, but the next day we see her with her luggage already packed and she's on her way to the airport to, you know, get on hot airlines. She's going to do a run up on Scott. Scott don't even know she's coming. Now, Scott may be happy that she's coming because, as we all know, Scott is still in love with her. But she running up on him and driving the car, leaving that at the airport that Scott brought her. Lizzie said, bitch, I know what side my bread is buttered on. I know what man was good to me. I can't do these little, you know, dates with these people that appear to be gay. Dude up in there laughing all, God. Okay. Again, a filler. Totally a filler. Lamar and Andrea. Come on, Nook Dog. She picks Nook Dog up. Nook Dog's walking up in the home. Little baby, you know, Priscilla, whatever, is jumping up and down. He said she was so happy to see me. She was like Tom Cruise jumping off of a sofa. Okay. But then the other kids ain't got nothing for him. So, you know, Lamar feeling a little some kind of way because he feels like, you know, they should have greeted him. He had been incarcerated. They weren't feeling him, okay? They was, you know, looking at him like he was, you know, the bottom of the barrel piece of dog dude walking up in the house because they put themselves out there to trust and honor and respect this man, you know, as a sub dad, you know what I'm saying? And then he goes around his friends and he gets incarcerated. And so, you know, he's going to walk up to, you know, the little son and try to dap up the son and was like, you don't have nothing for me. He was like, I mean, you know, man, give me a little bit of time for me to, you know, welcome you back home. I got to get accustomed to you being here because, you know, basically, I've been the dad around this mofo. While you was riding around in cars with people you call your family going to jail again, I was up in here running things. I was helping my mother. I was my mother's backbone. I was doing all of that while you was out doing what you do. You know what I'm saying? And so the daughter was looking at him like, you know, she was looking at him like, Ninja, you ain't nothing. I don't care nothing about you, Ninja. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Andrea is sitting there because really she wants her children to say the things that she want to say. Y'all know Andrea, okay? We've interviewed before, so y'all know Andrea. Andrea is thinking it, but she's allowing her kids to say it. Dude, young dude, her son said, you know, let me tell you something. It ain't hard for a mofo to stay out of jail. It just ain't that hard. He should be mature enough to know what to do. He should be mature enough to know the right thing. And little youngin' is right. So then, you know, Lamar's sitting up in there talking about something, you know, I'm hungry. Let's go get something to eat. So the daughter was like, my mother and I done went to the grocery store. We got food in here that we done prepared for you to eat. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead on and eat that. You disrespectful ass. So he's like, nah, I don't feel like waiting on it. I want to go out and eat. So the daughter is like, what? What kind of selfish, ignorant bullshit is this? You just came out of jail. You should be grateful for whatever you get. You haven't contributed to this household. You ain't even brought the groceries. You didn't even pay for the gas that it took for us to get there. And your ass is so selfish and inconsiderate and rude that you gonna have us go and buy something when we already got food up in this mofo, and then you wonder why we're giving you the side eye. I thought it was so disrespectful of him. So they go out, Andrea appeases him, and they go out to a soul restaurant, and she's like, my kids ain't never been in no soul food restaurant before. So they sitting in the soul food restaurant, and he acting like he's singing Shirley Caesar. I want greens, beans, tomatoes, yams, you name it. And then the kids have a serious conversation with them. The daughter was like, I let you in my life. I trusted you. And then he goes down, to the Black Lives Matter movement. You know what I'm saying? He wants to give a Black Lives Matter speech like he Al Sharpton. He want to sit up there and talk about, black men are getting locked up every day. Okay. All right, it's a whole lot of people getting locked up every day. He talking about, I'm getting up in the car with my family and everything, and I didn't know they had a gun on them. Yes, you did, Lamar. Yes, you did. If they your family members, then you know how they roll with it. He talking about a whole lot of, at least I came into y'all lives and I stepped up to the plate. A whole lot of men don't step up to the plate for their own kids. And y'all ain't even my kids. And I done stepped up to the plate for y'all. Nah, mofo, we don't need you to step up to the plate. Back the fuck away from the table. If that's your attitude, that they need to be grateful to you and kissing your ass, Nook Dog, because you stepped up to the plate. Bitch, you stepped up to the plate, but then you striked out because you went to damn jail. And they don't appreciate it. They don't want a mofo in their life like that. Come on now, Lamar. Come on, Nook Dog. He told me I was away from my other family and my friends and all that. We gave you the benefit of the doubt, bitch. But now you sitting up in there and you ungrateful that they cook food for you. You smack them all in the face. Then you say you want to go to a soul food restaurant. You order every damn thing off of the menu that you can order off of the menu. No regards on how much money she may or may not have in the bank with your broke ass. And I'm sure she was down there putting money on your books, bitch, and then you gonna come home and you gonna sit up there and tell me y'all mofos need to be grateful because there's a whole lot of mofos don't take care of their kids. Bitch, neither did you. You was incarcerated and locked up in jail for 18 years. Bitch, you saw your daughter last season for, you know what? Nook Dog, you need to stop that bullshit. Straight up, you need to stop that. Don't nobody got to be grateful because your sorry ass decided you wanted to stay out of jail for 2 weeks and get a Mercedes-Benz, come up there and fuck everybody's life up and then walk up out the door and then come back months later and act like people need to be rolling out a red carpet for your bitch ass. And you wondering why the kids feel the way that they kids? The kids feel the way that they feel. Bitch. And Andrea, you gonna have to man up. You talking about something, you a changed woman and you stronger than you thought you was. You need to check him. You need to check him at the door. She gonna tell him, you gonna have to adjust with the kids. No, he ain't gotta adjust with nothing. Bitch, live in a barn until you get yourself together. We can see if you can stay out of jail longer than 2 years before I let you come in and out of my kid's life. And at least the kids got enough kahunas that, you know what I'm saying, to say what they gotta say. And they don't really have no street smarts or anything like that, you know what I'm saying, because there was some things that happened last year, some allegations that went forward that as soon as he got there, her son, little cute little Utah boy. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Love you, auntie and cousins. Love you too, Aaron. It was some things, as soon as he got there, they had him smoking drugs and everything. And he was from Utah. Now, these were allegations that was made last year. You know what I'm saying? And Andrea ought to be ashamed of herself because now she got her son, stepping in and out of a father-daughter role. And then the other little girl, she don't know nothing. She's spelling D-A-D and K-I-S-S. And I'm saying, Dad, kiss my ass. That's what the other kids said. She giving an interpretation of what the other kids are saying. And I can't blame her kids. These women on these shows be putting these men up and having them be a daddy and be in these daddy roles, and they ain't ready for that shit. I'm a biological mother, and I find myself at times not ready to be no mother. Hell, it's hard. It's hard. Let's see what the rest of this season carry, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm rolling with the kids on this one. Nick Dog, this was a big disappointment. And all you had to do was apologize and tell them, you know what, I'll learn to do better. I honestly did. I fucked up. And I'm here to try to make up. And I know it's going to be hard for y'all to attach yourselves to me. It's going to be hard for y'all to trust me again. But over time, I promise that I'm going to do everything that I need to do to try to make sure that you all understand and you all know that I love y'all and I got y'all best interests at heart. And all them Negroes that I used to hang out with in the street, them road dogs, them no good for nothing mofos that sit in neighborhoods knowing that the police, you know what? Thank you, Tina Marie, for the $4.99 super chat. Hey, fam. Hey, auntie and fam. Please review this season's Married at First Sight. Girl, I looked at that today. I looked at that today, and I was balling like I was balling. Girl, you talking about the emotional wreck I was this morning. But anyway, the last couple that we're going to talk about is Day-Day and them. Day-Day and them. Day-Day straight running the house. Day-Day is Dada. Okay? She Dada. So Michael decides that he going to call, we see Sarah, okay, with her little homegirls. She just got the call. She got Michael up on the phone. This bitch is famous for FaceTiming. So she got Michael, on the call. She going the hell off. Okay? She screaming and hollering, I held it down for you. I held it down for you. You don't have no respect for women. Ba, 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 ba. And Michael sitting up there like that. He trying to look like he's sympathetic and everything. Michael, he just doing what he got to do because his mother told him to call. Or matter of fact, Day-Day Dada told him to call. She's sitting up there screaming and hollering about how Michael went to his woman. And about how he need to respect her because she's pregnant for the second time by a man who has cheated on her on multiple occasions. Okay? Multiple. But she's screaming and hollering at him because he one of them thug ninjas that's just used to doing what he do, period. And he's used to doing what he do, and he used to coming back to you. He used to being allowed to doing it. But you sitting up on the phone and you screaming and hollering because you found out that he went to lunch with Megan? Come on, Sarah. Get it together. Her girlfriend sitting up in the car shop. So, Michael was like, you know what? I mean, you know what? You know what? I do what I do. And, the whole conversation is being, supervised by Day-Day. Day-Day Dada. So she's screaming and hollering, you ain't shoot, Michael. And you, blah, 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 blah. I don't even feel like screaming like that. because I thought that that was so ignorant. I thought that that was the dumbest thing. I thought that she mishandled that whole situation. Because here's the thing. When you do that, you don't empower yourself. You empower him to become the victim. That's what the hell you did. So this mofo sits up there. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Who is that? Thank you, This Girl's Journey. You are spot on as always. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Now he the victim. So he sits up there and tells her, do you want a divorce? See, he's like, Michael's a straight up biatch. Like, that was some bitch assness. Like, instead of him being a man and saying, I want a divorce from you and I don't want to be with you, because she acts the way that she acts, he becomes, now he's the victim. He's the one, poor Michael, who was locked up in jail. You know what I'm saying? And I get out of jail and I can't even talk to her about cereal without it popping off. Because she's overreacting. Now, I know that she probably has valid points. Valid points. But when you are screaming to the top of your lungs and not articulating what you really need to say, you justify his position. Let the mofo go out. So she's going to tell Michael, I want you to say that you sorry, that you got a girlfriend, that you messed up, that you, whatever. So Michael was like, I messed up. I want to be there for the kids. I don't have a girlfriend. And if you want a divorce, no, bitch, what do you want? See, you the man, you the head of the relationship, okay? You the author and the finisher of this bullshit that we in. What do you want? Don't put it on me. Don't make yourself a victim, Michael. What the f do you want? But see, Michael, he didn't have to say that because he letting her run her own daggone mouth in the grave. He's letting her do all of that. And she's thinking like so many dumb young girls think. If I'm louder, it makes me right. If I'm louder, then I done cussed him out. I got him, girl. I cussed him out. And in the meantime, he's like, she's putting stress on me. I'm just coming home from jail. I don't want the stress. She's putting all this stress on me. So you know what? That's why I mess with Megan. That's his excuse now. I mess with Megan because she stressed me the hell out. She put so much stress on this little prisoner. I just came home. I'm on tether. I got an ankle bracelet. I got an ankle bracelet around my... And it's all because of her. Because we can't get along. And so now, because we can't get along, you know what? It justifies me going out and finding another hoe or 7. Come on, Megan, Sarah. And then we got Megan, you know what I'm saying, picking the Negro up from the jail, flying all the way from Texas to be with this mofo in the snow. Bitch. Don't you know we don't drive in the snow? You did all this young in the snow. So, they like, live your best life, young, live your best life. So, Michael decides, he's going to go out. He gonna be with her. His probation officer told him he can tether his ass on to the hotel, okay? Because, he got, ankle bracelet on. So, Mama Deuce is sitting in the chair. Look, I'm trying to tell you. You've been trifling all your motherfucking life, okay? And so what I'm gonna go ahead and let you do is, you go ahead on with her, but I'm telling you, be back in Staten. So, Michael gets his stuff together and everything because now he justified in his eyesight to go and cheat. And so he goes out, outside and, she's sitting up there and he come Day-Day Dada. Dada Day-Day. Dada Day-Day come up out that joint and was like, roll the window down, man, roll the window down. So Megan roll the window down. She like, yeah, what's up? She was like, look, I'm going to tell you right now, I run this joint around here, okay? I runs this. So we ain't going to have the same shit that we had the last time. Thank you so much. Who is that? Thank you so much, RT66 Vintage, for the $5 super chat. Thank you, boo. Okay. So she, roll her window down. So she rolls the window down and everything, and she gonna tell her when to have him back. He need to be back at 7 o'clock because he on tether. So whatever y'all gonna do at the hotel, make it quick and make it slick. Because he got it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to have the same thing. I run this house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, I don't want him going back. So Megan was like, we got the same golden. I just said, stick your hand through the window and say that. Okay. Girl, if you don't get the fuck away from this car, you better. I could not believe that Day Dada came out there and thought she was running something. Day Dada. So, Day walk up in the house, you know what I'm saying? She feeling herself, she walking like that and everything, you know what I'm saying? She walking like that, walking like that. Because, Day Dada, I feel like, Day Dada, I feel like she done really did something. So she feeling herself. Girl, if you don't get the... So they pull off and everything, Michael get to talking, about Sir and everything. And she was like, everything fresh. Everything's still fresh because I'm feeling some kind of way too. So Michael was like, did you keep that little non-virgin booty together for me? Did you hold that thing tight? Is that mine? Is that daddy's? You know what I'm saying? Is that daddy's? Is that daddy's? Is that big daddy's? So she like, how you gonna say something to me with everything you did to me? You need to worry about your own shit. So now Megan, she got a little bit of, she got a little bit of, she like, I'm feeling myself. So they like, oh, okay, so, he like, I miss her. I need to release some stress. He said, I don't care if I get it on the rooftop, if I get it on the wall, on the stairs, on the bed, on top of the toilet, on the sink, in the elevator shaft. I don't care how I get it, long as I get it from her. She like, I'm feeling some kind of way, but I'm excited to see him. Girl. You done invested all this money in this man. What's your secret? What's your secret, Megan? For being so young and smart. Because you all out here with somebody else's husband. Justifying why it's okay for you to do this. It ain't okay for you to do this. And this mofo talking about he relieving stress. This bitch done relieve some stress out there behind them bars. You just something that you are a vehicle in a way for Michael not to take responsibility for his stuff. You're a vehicle in a way for him not to stand toe to toe, man to woman with Sarah, and get it straight and take responsibility. Period. Some people think that Megan is going to tell him that she's pregnant. Some people think that Megan is going to tell him that she got another man. I don't know what she's going to tell him, and I really don't give a damn, frankly, because a hoe that'll sleep with somebody man like that, knowing that he's somebody man, I don't have no respect for him anyway. I've been lost my respect for Megan when she came out on Instagram and sat up there and told everybody that she wasn't going nowhere. Fuck Sarah. No woman code. And then you justifying it. And then they got babies. They got children together. Now, if he truly want to be with you, What he need to do is cut that tie off. Ladies and ladies, I ain't even talking to the men. Ladies, you ain't getting nothing from a man that can't treat his mama right, his sister right, and his wife right. Because he won't be good to his kids. He sure ain't gonna be good to you. That mofo ain't no prize, y'all. He's not a prize. He will never amount to anything. He will always be a man who will be dependent and living off of the back of a woman. And then when it's time for him to be accountable and take responsibility for that love sack that he is prepared for you, he ain't gonna do it. Michael is a smooth talker, like she said, but I'm gonna tell you right now, he don't have nothing to bring her but heartache, her and Sarah. And ladies, when you think you got the upper hand on another woman, you don't. Because her heartbreak is your heartbreak, y'all. Because you reap what you sow. So whatever you do, trust and believe me. You may think you getting away with it today, but I'm going to tell you right now, boo, what come around, sure enough, come back the hell around. And the same way you got that mofo is the same way that mofo gonna walk out and leave you. And I'm going to tell you right now, if he ain't in love with her, bitch, he ain't in love with you. You ain't nothing but a whole different... And like the mother was saying last week, she is a distraction. This bitch is a distraction. And like she asked her, you ain't feel no kind of way when you found out he was married? Oh, he was pursuing me. He was saying that he loved me. You did, you know, and now here you go, deflect. And y'all should have told me he was married. No, bitch. You should have asked if he was married. You should have cared whether or not he was married. Did you get him tested? What kind of venereal disease does he have or does he not have, boo? How many men has he slept with and how many men has he not slept with? Because the mofo been in jail since he was damn near 15 years old. So you tell me where the responsibility lies for you to take care of you, take care of your body. You tell me. You can't hold somebody else responsible for what you need to do for your goddamn self. That's your responsibility to make sure you clink it and chink it. Okay? I ain't seen her not one time ask this mofo, did he have a test? I ain't seen a condom on the table, a condom in her purse. I ain't seen none of that. That ain't to say it ain't there. That's just to say it ain't nobody see it. Where the condoms at? Where the HIV test? Where the chlamydia, the syphilis, the herpes test? Where is it? And you a young girl, a virgin. And you give your virginity up to some 2-bit, low-down, incarcerated felony ass. Oh, my. Self-esteem is in the daggone toilet. And it ain't because she don't have a daddy, because her daddy right there. It's because she don't respect her dad. I don't know what happened in these people's lives, but I tell you who about to be her daddy, and that's Day-Day. Day-Day about to daddy everybody up in there, okay? Day-Day is his, is his publicist. Day-Day his bodyguard. Day-Day his daddy. Day-Day be on Instagram rumbling and scrapping with mofos. That's Day-Day job. I'm hoping that y'all learned something tonight. Some of y'all may not even agree with me. It's all good. We ain't mad at each other. We ain't mad at each other. But that's my review for this week. This was a filler episode, y'all. I'm trying to tell you it was. But I think that the heat ought to be turned up on this mofo. And guess what? I'm here for it. I apologize for being late, y'all. I'm going to try to get y'all a review tonight, but I'm tired than the mofo. But since I got to be doing a couple of other ones, I might as well go ahead on and do it tonight. But anyway, I love you all. Thank you all so much for being here. And Thank you to everybody who sends me the links, because that's the only way that I can watch this, okay? Love y'all to pieces, and until next time, thank you to everybody for the super chats and to my moderators, Mary and Josie. Love y'all.